What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do an unboxing and review of the JLAB Epic Lux Lab Edition ANC headphones. I've been asked about bringing these in and comparing them to other headphones that I have. A lot of people in the comment sections or a lot of my videos saying these sound great. I've had my trepidations, to be honest, about the JLAB brand, but I'm going to go ahead and give them a fair shake here. I'm gonna let go of some past issues I had with JLAB devices, and we're gonna go ahead and see what's good with this one. So let's go ahead and dive in. First, we're gonna talk price. You can pick these guys up for $200. As always, I'll leave links in the description below where you can pick them up if you're interested. As far as I can see, these only come in black, so there are no other colorways at this point. As far as specs, these guys rock Bluetooth 5.4 with codec support of AAC, SBC, and LDAC. As far as noise canceling, they do have an adaptive noise canceling system with up to that'll cancel audio or noises up to 42 decibels with be aware mode. So you do have like the transparency mode on there. You know, we will test that out here in the video. As far as battery life, with noise canceling turned off, you get 90 hours of playback time with the headphones. With them turned on, with noise canceling turned on, rather, you can get 60 hours. Still great, no matter how you slice it as far as time wise. You do offer a quick charge. 5 minutes will give you 5 hours of playback time, and they do offer wireless charging for the headphones with the included charging pad, which is very, very cool. As far as water resistance rating, I have not been able to see or find out any type of water resistance rating for these guys. So with that being said, you want to be very careful where you use these guys at. Actually, give me a second here. Okay, I'm back. I wanted to dive in one more time real quick to see if I could find out anything. Yes, there is no specific IP rating for these, but they do say that you can use these for the gym and in light rain. But I would err on the side of caution because of that. Again, that having an IP rating is very important, especially when you're dealing with units like this. But I digress. Just wanted to go ahead and check that out one more time, see if something might have changed. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the features. You got high fidelity 32 millimeter dynamic drivers in each ear cup, built-in lab spatial audio with head tracking, and you got immersive lab quality sound. You got 4 mic array with advanced noise reduction for clear calls. You know we're going to test that. You also have Google Fast Pair. You got touch, swipe, and button control options here on this, like that. Multipoint connectivity and app support, for Android and iOS. Let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? Okay, let me see. Make sure there's nothing. All right, we're going to come in from the bottom here. So it says the cut. All right, shout out to the Cricket. We're going to go ahead and here surgically. There we go. Let's go ahead and flip it around. Now, like I said, I had my trepidations about JLAB products in the past, but I'm willing to give these guys a shot here and see how they do. I ain't gonna go into any further discussion on why I had my trepidations in the past for them, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get these slid out. All right, nice sleeve. Once you get the tape cut, all right, good presentation. We're gonna set that off to the side. I'm already liking the presentation that we're getting right here. You got the JLAB option. Let's see, we open it up from the right. Oops, had something fall. All right, let's open this. Okay, so now we got the quick start guide. Looks like a big pamphlet here. Very nice. Okay, inside, what do we got here? Looks like we got some okay, this is for the UK. All right, conformity. All right, we got some safety information here. All right, we'll set that off to the side. And yeah, we've got our nice color little quick start guide here. Very nice. Walks you through everything, even the touch controls, button controls, where you can download the JLAB app. We're going to make sure we do that, how to pair them up and everything. So we're going to go ahead and put that off to the side because we are definitely going to be looking at that. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull the case out. I love the presentation. Nicely done, JLAB. Nicely done. All right, let's get this out the way. Here we go. Nice semi-hard shell case. Nice protection. I like the fact that the zippers are covered all the way. So you got that protection there. You got a nice little hook here for a carabiner, like if you want to attach it to like a bag or, you know, for travel or something. Let's see how smooth the zipper is. Very smooth. Very smooth. I like that. You got the JLAB logo and branding here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and open this up. Let's see what we got. Okay. I'm liking how they staying with the black and blue type of motif with the stickers, and also with the bands for your cable management. Sticking with that blue and black. I like that. So this is a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter cable here, braided. Very nice. And we have here, we have USB-C to USB-C charging cable. Okay. I wonder if this, and this is braided too. Very nice. I wonder if this could be used for audio as well. We'll test that out and see. Let's put this back in so we don't lose them. I love the detail. I love the braiding and everything. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and see what we got here. Before we grab the headphones, this must be the charging puck. All right. So we got rubber feet on it so it stays stationary. All right. The USB-C charging port, and you got your charging LED there. So let's go ahead and peel that off. All right. We got the JLAB branding on it. Very nice. Comes with its own charging dock. How crazy is that? All right. They starting to impress me a little bit. All right, here we go with the headphones. Let's go ahead and get the case out the way real quick. I love the fact that you can tuck the charging dock away too in the case. All right, so here we go with the headphones. Let's go ahead and peel this casing off of here now. I'm went ahead and messed up with the. All right. I already got a notification that JLAB is turned on through the voice prompt. So they are ready. They ready to fire off right now. Okay, let's let me get this off. Because these things sound like they ready to go. All right. Okay, let's go ahead. Again, nice, light. Is that metal? No, that's a hard plastic. Arms, but it looks good. Look really good. Let me see. Do they go all the way around? No, they don't do the 180. They just go back this way. So I wish they would. I wish they did do that, where you don't have to go this way. You can just go directly. I mean, they could sit like that. That's fine. But man, I would love for them to sit flat like that. Right on right, left on left. I wish that. All right, very, very nice. All right, they are already in pairing mode. So I'll take it this is our power button and multi-purpose button here. We got our touch controls. I believe it's on this ear cup here. As far as play, pause, skip and reverse, volume up and down, type of options there. We'll talk about the controls here in a little bit. Let's continue to walk around this. Okay, as far as the nice padding inside of the headband, you got that faux leather feel on it. Feels very nice. I love the JLAB branding on the top. Gives you that high quality look, at least. You got that faux leather ear cups as well. Does these come out? Doesn't look like they're easily removable. No, it's like you have to do something to get them off. But again, that faux leather feels very soft. Very soft. Could be a little bit more plush, in my opinion. I look for the ear cup to be a little bit more deeper than what it is. But again, not bad at all. Let's go ahead and put these guys on. Oh man, that's comfortable. Let me switch the camera so you guys can see. Yeah, that's comfortable. That's very comfortable. Okay, I took too long, so they turned off. It took too long to pair them. But yeah, very comfortable. Yeah, nice and light on the head. Okay. All right. I'm actually starting to enjoy these. This is nice. All right, real quick, let me go ahead and cut back over. We're going to check out the charging dock on here. We're going to go ahead and plug this in. Let me grab, not that one. I don't want that one. I want this one. All right. Yeah, we're going to grab that. Plug that in. All right, we got the red light. So we're going to go ahead and check the charging on these. Boom. Is it this one? Or is it this one? There we go. I think we got it. All right, so you would charge with the left ear pad, the left ear cup. As you can see, you would lay down the left ear cup and it will charge on the ear pad. I don't know if there's no magnetic, but there is charging. As you can see, it's charging. I got the red light here. So if you go with the right, I think it beats faster as it's saying no. That's not it. So you want to go ahead with the left ear cup. And just like that, it's a slower bleed. It's a more of a pulse type of blinking, as opposed to just a steady, fast, like warning, you got the wrong one. So the charging with the charging dock works fabulous. Let's go ahead and get these guys paired up. Oh, and one more thing, it is magnetic. Yeah, right on the left ear cup, it is a magnetic connection. So once you put them in, once you plug it in and you sit them down, it's stationary. I mean, I'm tilting it and everything like that, but it's stationary. All right, let's go ahead and get these guys paired up. We're going to turn these back on. All right, JLAB is on, and we are in pairing mode. And just like that, Google Fast Pair picks them up. So let's go ahead and connect. Wonderful. All right, we are done. Okay, so let's go ahead. I believe I have the JLAB app installed. So let's go ahead and see what we got. There we go. All right, we got the JLAB. I'm going to hit allow. Yep, because we had it for the Lab Edition earbuds. Let's go ahead and hit. All right, we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and allow. Now it should, boom, there it is. Picked up the headphones rather quickly. And right off the bat, there's a firmware update. So we're going to go ahead and run this update, and then we'll take a walk through the app. All right, we're back in. Update complete. Let's go ahead and dive into the app. As you can see, you got the name of the earbuds at the top left, right. You got a picture here in the center, and you got the battery level of the headphones. All right, moving down, you got your noise control modes. You can go ahead and tap on that. You got noise canceling off. You can do be aware, and you have noise canceling, adaptive noise canceling. All right, I'm gonna go and turn on noise canceling. I don't do adaptive, so we're gonna go noise canceling on and be aware. All right, I want those two. I ain't worried about it being off. It's either going to be aware or it's going to be noise canceling. All right, so there we go. And of course, once you have noise canceling up, you can got the slider where you can turn it back and forth. As much noise canceling as you want or as least amount as you want. I like that. Same thing with the be aware option there. So those are the two I'll rock with. All right, so then of course you got your equalizer here. You know, we can go back in and we'll play with that. You got some EQ settings here. You got a couple three presets, and then of course you got the custom one where we can go in and we'll play with that a little later on. All right. Then of course you got your touch controls. All right, so you got your swipe controls. These are all locked in. Oh no, they're not. Oh, okay, sweet. So you can do that. But I'm gonna pretty much probably try to keep them the same the way they are. Swipe up for the volume up, swipe down for volume down, swipe back for last track, swipe forward for next track. Single tap. We're gonna do this on the fly here. Single tap. We're gonna go play pause. Double tap. We're gonna do let's see. We'll do double tap. We'll do EQ switch. Actually, no. Yeah, we'll do EQ switch, and then the long press. We will go ahead with calling up my voice assistant. Actually, you know what? We'll use that one to call up my voice assistant, and then long press we'll switch to EQ. All right, so we'll go ahead and set that up right here on the fly. We'll test it out, see how fast they respond on there. Then of course you got the button control, which is your button here. Okay, so you can go ahead and have some fun with that. You can do a single, multifunction button, and then of course there's a logo button. Where's the logo button? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. There's a logo button here as well. All right, so you can have you can really mix and match this. I love it. I love the features. All right, so we can do double press on the button or a single tap on the button. It'll go play pause. The logo, we can do noise canceling on that. We'll do noise control on that. That's cool. We'll stay there. Okay, double press, call Siri. The logo, do spatial audio on the double press. Triple press, we can do EQ switch. You know what? We're going to set that to none. All right. Because there's not too many things I'm going to want to do. And the long press, we're going to turn that off here as well. All right. So we got where we can quickly go in and change some things here. I like that. I really do like that feature that you can use. Or you can turn all button controls altogether. Well, I always like to keep all my options open. So there you go. All right, we got spatial audio here. You can do, let's turn it on. All right, so then, okay, let's turn it up. You got spatial standard. You got spatial with head tracking. And then you got, what is that? Recalibrate head tracking. So if you turn that on, right now it says spatial standard. You can go back in and then you could go ahead and do recalibrate your head tracking. We'll play with that a little later on, but I love the fact that that feature is available. All right, so we're going to stay with standard. Actually, we're going to turn that off for right now. We'll come back to it. Then you got safe hearing, where you could go ahead and set how loud you want your maximum volume to be. Very nice. And then, of course, you got the wear sensor, which is always turned on. So when you take the headphones off, they'll pause your audio, turn them back on. They will turn them on. You got your Bluetooth connections here. Just shows my phone right now. But, we'll test multi-point connectivity as well. And you've got check for updates, which we already did there. Now, down here at the bottom, we were in the device screen. You got device screen. You got the My JLAB. You can go in there and you can check out ambient sounds, like if you want to relax, decompress, everything like that. You got different sounds. You got the burn-in tool. You want to go ahead and burn in your audio, your device for over several hours. burning in your speakers and stuff improves their overall sound. You got your guide control guide. So if you want to, you get kind of foggy on what does what, you got that there to refer to. And then, of course, you got the JLAB store that you can go into. They already had the Birmingham Bowl. I just watched that the other day. But yeah, they doing big things, sponsoring bowl games and stuff like that. All right, moving down to the bottom here, you've got settings. So if you tap on that, you got device troubleshooting. You got contact JLAB support. You have languages. You got device registration, which I will take care of later. And you've got legal, so you can read any type of legalese and stuff, that make sure you're covered or make sure they're covered here. So if you're interested in that stuff. All right, so that is a quick look at the JLAB app for the Epic Lux Lab Edition headphones. Man, that's a long name. Again, nice, and gives you everything you want, everything you need. I love all the features and all the button controls along with the touch controls. You got a lot things to work with here. Absolutely love it. Let's continue. All right, next up is we're going to do a multi-point connection test here. So we already know that we have the headphones. I don't know why I picked these up. I don't need them yet. We got the earbuds, and we know they are connected to I don't know why, that's weird. Anyway, we have it connected to the Z Fold 7. So we're gonna go ahead and turn off Bluetooth and put these guys back in pairing mode. As you can see, they are in pairing mode now. So we're gonna go over here to the Tab S11 Ultra, and we're gonna go ahead and connect it there. As you can see, it says there they go. Pick them up. So we're gonna go ahead and pair, connect. Yes. Got the audible connected. Got the volume slider, and now it's popping up with Google Fast Pair. So yes, we're going to save it. So then it automatically renamed it for me. So now it's named as mine. All right, excellent. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come back over here to the phone. We're going to turn Bluetooth back on. All right, we're going to make sure everything is everything. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and hit connect and see if we can connect to it with Multipoint. All right, connected on the phone, connected on the tablet. Let's go ahead and do a quick test here. We're gonna pop these guys on. All right, so what we're gonna do, there was something there. We're gonna clear that out. All right, we're gonna pull up a video. Let's see what we got here. In history, we want to grab someone else's video that I was watching or circling through. Let's see, where we at? Sure, let's grab. All right, we're going to grab that one. MKBHD. Let's go ahead and grab his real quick. We're going to grab another one from here. Oops, let me see. Let's grab one. All right, Jaime Rivera, we're going to pop his in. All right, so, all right, we're going to pause that. All right, so we got audio here. We got a video here. We're going to go ahead and play audio. We're going to start off on the phone, or excuse me, the tablet. All right, I got audio coming out of the tablet, okay? I can't wait for this to come out. I so want this. All right, so we're going to pause that. Now we go over here to the Z Fold 7, hit play. All right, got audio playing out of here. Okay, so now what we want to do now is we want to go ahead and hit play here on the tablet and see if we have auto switching. We already know Multipoint works. We're going to see if we got more auto switching, which will switch the audio from my phone to the tablet, ultimately pausing this video. All right, so here we go. Okay, no audio. Oh yeah, okay, it did work. All right, took a few seconds, but audio did switch over. So we do got Multipoint and auto switching. Looks like. Let's try the other way. Okay. All right. Again, a few seconds. Let's see how many. I just I wasn't counting, so we're going to count this time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seconds. All right. It takes about 5 seconds for it to transition over, but you do got audio switching on top of multi-point connectivity. Fantastic. Let's continue. All right. Next up is we're going to test the on head or wear detection sensor for the Epic Labs, the Epic LUX headphones. Man, I'm telling you, these naming conventions are killing me. All right. So we've got our video playing. Let me zoom in a little bit. Oops, went the wrong way. All right, we got the video playing. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take off the headphones. And less than a second, it paused my audio. Let's go back this way. Put it back on. And less than a second, audio is playing again. Absolutely love it. Let's try it one more time just for prosperity and just to make sure that wasn't a fluke. All right, here we go. One more time. Taking them off. Less than a second. Putting them back on. Less than a second. Very nice. Let's continue. All right, we're back in for the touch control test. Everything is going to happen here on the right ear cup. I did turn off the wear sensor. Sorry, I lost my words there. Just so we can go ahead and do this right here on the desk, and you can see me make the functions happen and see the results. All right. So we got Babyface Whip Appeal as our song of choice for this one. So we go ahead and play. All right. So we got audio playing. So now a single tap on the ear cup will pause it, as you can see, and then a tap again, music is going to play. All right. Now, if I want to increase the volume, I swipe up. If I want to decrease, I swipe down. Okay, this is from right above, from down here up and top down. All right, if I want to skip a track, I just swipe from back to front, and then if I want to go back, front to back. All right, and then if I if I do a double tap on here, it will activate my spatial audio feature. So we're gonna go into the app. I want you to see this spatial audio. All right. So if I double tap, gotta answer that. All right, back in. You always answer a call from your mom. You never know what's going on. All right, so you go ahead and double tap on the ear cup to. You see how I turned on my spatial audio? Again, I have that set up that way. Again, you can set it up however you like. So that's what we got there. And if I long press, what's the weather for tomorrow in Scottsdale, Arizona? It brings up my voice assistant. See, I asked it for the weather. Nothing to say, nothing about Louisville. Let's try that again. What's the weather for tomorrow in Scottsdale, Arizona? What's the weather for tomorrow in Scottsdale, Arizona? There we go. All right. Now, that's Washington. What is going on? I don't know what's going on. I don't think it can hear me because I'm going directly through here, through the speakers, through the mics here, and I got it on the table. So it's probably having an issue there. But it does work and everything as far as my long press goes and everything. So let's go back over. Now, if you want to use the buttons, I have mine set to if I single press, it will play. Single press, it will pause. Double press will take it to the next song. Triple press, 1, 2, 3, will take me back to the previous song. And if I long press here on this one, it will turn on my spatial audio. Or are we supposed to? I guess I don't know. It's not working. I don't know what's going on with that, but it should be. All right. I'll figure that out. But everything else outside of that worked. And the same thing for my multifunction button here. If I hit pause, It's playing now. If I press once, it pauses. Press again, it'll start playing. Now if I double press, 1, 2, took me to the next song. Triple press, 1, 2, 3, took me back to the previous song. Now if I long press this one, it will power off the headphones altogether. So minus a couple quirks, because I'm not wearing them, I think that's why I was getting the reaction from the headphones that I was getting. But other than that, the touch controls, all three work. All three options work. Great for if you're, just want to use the touch controls. And excellent for if you're wearing gloves. You either got the multifunction button, or you got the logo button that you can use. I love the versatility. Let's continue. This is a mic test with the JLAB Epic Lux Lab Edition headphones in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the JLAB Epic Lux Lab Edition headphones in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the JLAB Epic Lux Lab Edition headphones in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the JLAB Epic Lux Lab Edition headphones in a crowded location. All right, we are out for ANC test with the JLab's Epic Lux Lab Edition headphones. Let me paint the picture. We are here at the intersection where we get a lot of traffic and everything. So I'm getting a lot of good ambient sound from the traffic. We got a little wind noise. It's very cold. So I want to hurry up and get this and put my hat back on. All right, so right now we are in the be aware mode. I don't know if you guys can see that. All right, and again, that's basically their ambient sound mode or transparency mode, and I can hear everything out here just fine. Traffic moving, the sounds of the rubber on the asphalt, I can hear it clear as day, no muffled sound or anything like that. Real natural sounding, which is good. All right, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and turn on noise canceling. All right, noise canceling has been turned on, and I can tell you that although it did not block out all the sound, it did knock it down a whole lot. I mean, it sounds, the cars that was normally nice and loud riding past me in the back sound like whispers right now. As far as riding and everything, as far as riding past me to making the ambient noise. The wind, I can feel it, but I cannot hear it coming through the speakers. So that's a good thing. It's blocking out wind noise as well. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with it. One thing though, I am not listening to any audio while I'm doing this test. It's strictly the strength of the noise canceling on these headphones, and they're doing a fantastic job. But if I had to rate these between 1 or 10 being the absolute best, 1 being the absolute worst, I would be comfortable giving these guys a 7.5. 7.5. They could do a lot better. They're doing good, but they could do a lot better as far as noise canceling. Like that vehicle right there that's making a loud noise, that truck. He would be a lot louder if I had the ambient noise on, or if I didn't even have these headphones on. That would be very loud. But it muffled it. It deadened sound down, but it did not get rid of it completely. So 7.5, 7.5 is exactly where I think these guys are big, which is good. All right, could be better, absolutely. So this has been the ANC test. Excuse me, for the JLAB, JLUX. JLAB Epic Lux Lab Edition. What is with these naming conventions? Headphones, man, that's a mouthful. All right, next up is the sound test. We are in the app right now. Pull my sleeves up a little bit. You see, it looks better in the candy bar form. So we're gonna stick with this one. All right, you can see we got noise canceling turned on. I do have my. Let me turn off the sensor real quick, so because as you can see, I'm not wearing them right now. All right, so let's go ahead. Here's the EQ settings. Now we're going to test the presets first, and then we're going to go ahead and create we're going to see how it sounds flat, and then we can go ahead and create a custom sound for it. Okay, so right now we're going to stick on equalizer. We're going to do EQ1 here. We're going to make sure we at our optimum listening level. All right, and now we got our first song, which is okay. No, we're not doing that. All right. Sorry. Okay, it's feeling good by Dominic Feels I Me. So we're gonna go ahead and start with that one. So let me go ahead and put these guys on. All right. So what we're gonna go ahead and switch cameras, and then we're gonna bring in the box down here. All right. So what we're gonna do now is, again, we're doing this to EQ1 preset. So here we go. Okay. Now we at my optimal listening level. Okay. As far as being, let me make sure I'm locked in. All right. I'm locked in. Yep. All right. Now, decent. The volume's decent. I would like it up another notch or two. We're going to do that. Okay. We're good. So just one notch. Okay. I'm getting good clarity out of that. It sounds good here with the preset. Let's go switch to number 2. They call this one balanced. Okay, the first one was JLAB signature. Okay, now we're back to balance. Okay. Sounds like the mids and highs got a little bit of a bump. But again, this is vocal. This is a cappella, so this is only vocals. Not bad so far. All right, let's go to 3. All right, this is bass boost. Okay, you can definitely tell that the mids and highs took a step back, as you can see with the. Okay, so let's go back to. Okay. All right, let's go. We went back to JLAB signature. Again, I like the clarity on that. And again, you're getting, let me pause that real quick. You're getting all the nuance, on any of the 3 of them. But if I had to choose one out of those 3, I think I would go with the balanced EQ. I think that one gave me, again, this is just acapella, so it's not the I haven't gone through all of the songs and everything. So again, we don't have like instruments involved either. So right now, I think balance is a good way to go. But we're gonna roll through real quick and grab a second song. Let me make sure we're back in JLAB signature. Okay, we're back there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do a second song now. We're gonna do it with all 3 presets, and then we'll go in and do the EQ, the custom EQ. We're going to grade a setting there. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab a bass song. All right, we're going to go to our classic. You're going to go to our classic. I love the bass hit on that. All right, here we go. E40, You and That, featuring T-Pain and Candy Girl. All right, so we got that one. Right now we in JLAB signature preset. Okay, good. Okay, decent bass pump. And I like the fade out from the low end. Now T-Pain and sounds nice and clear. All right, let me go ahead and go to number EQ2. This is balanced. Okay, again. Now the bass sounds a little bit more recessed. But the potential is definitely there. Again, the lyrics sound nice and clear. T-Pain, now we got E40, sound nice and clear. Okay, let's go to bass boost. Okay, now we got a nice little punch. But in the same token, the mids and highs are recessed, so that you don't have that 1-to-1, that balance, in my opinion. Okay. Let's go back to the JLAB signature. Okay. Now in this instance, I would go with the if I had to pick between these 3 for this song, I will go with the signature. Okay. All right, we're gonna pause that one. Now let's go ahead and get into Let's get into. We're gonna do instrumental. Let's go ahead and get into Kenny G here. All right, here we go. Home by Kenny G. Okay, just instrumental. Okay, and we are in a JLAB signature. Okay, so you got a nice little mix there. You are getting that keyboard, that low keys on the keyboard. You are getting that, so that's nice. That's consistent. Let's go to balance. Okay, now the instrument seems to be a little bit more brighter, a little bit more pronounced, but you're losing the low keys. Okay, but again, the saxophone sounds really nice, really crisp. But like I said, again, you're losing something there. So let's go ahead and go to bass boost. Okay, now you got the sort of like the opposite now. You're getting more of the low keys when they're struck. They're a little bit more pronounced. However, the saxophone and the high keys from the keyboard seems to be a little recessed. Okay. It's all right. Let me go back to balance. And this one, I would have to go with. I would have to go with the JLAB signature if I had to choose between these three for this particular song. Absolutely. All right. I think you got again. You got again. We're talking about the EQ set, the presets. Yeah, I would definitely go with the JLAB signature for the instrumental song because that was closer to the balance that I'll be looking for. It's obviously it's not all the way there, but it's a start there. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back through the same three songs, but we're going to let me pause that. We're gonna go ahead and go through the EQ setting, the custom setting. We're gonna go ahead and create our own EQ here. All right. So what we're gonna do now, what I'm gonna go ahead and we're going to flip the cameras. Okay. So that way you guys can see that and put me in the box this time. All right. So now that way you guys can see what I'm doing here and my EQ settings and stuff. All right. So here we go. We're gonna start with song number 1, Dominic Feels on Me. So here we go. All right. Right now it's flat. Remember, I did turn it up 1 notch as far as volume. And it sounds kind of low, but I'm getting good clarity when it comes to the vocalist. The background vocalist came in. They sound clear. But again, the natural overall volume is low sounding to me. All right. So here we go. Let's go ahead. We'll start over with the, what's that, 16K? Let's turn that up. Let's see how they respond to it as well. All right. We're not going to go all the way up to max right now. We're just going to go close. All right. Let's go here. Yeah. They are starting to respond. The response to it is pretty instant. I like that. All right. Let's go here. Okay. Now you could tell I'm starting to get a little more brighter sound. I don't know why that's going down. All right. So now let's go ahead and go one more. Okay. It's starting to come alight. The sound's starting to take shape. Okay. All right, let's go here to the other side. All right. All right, now I'm starting to get some bass in it now in their voice. Voice is starting to have some depth. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we got that V shape. The best I could get it right now, but I'm liking what I'm getting here. All right, let's go ahead again. Let me pause this again with the vocalists and everything. They sound really clear. And again, they started to get brighter as I started making adjustments, and then from the highs to the mids, and then we went to the lows. Their voices started to get a little bit more depth to them, a little bit more low and a little bit more bass in their voice and everything. And I was getting that really good balance. So the test is to see how it does with the bass songs. So let's go ahead and jump in to E40, you and that. See how these guys do. Again, I'm one notch up from my preferred listening level. I think that's where these guys will succeed. So let's go ahead and hit play. Oh, yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. Nice bass punch. The fade out is nice. It fades away. Oh, yeah. And then you got T-Pain, or excuse me, yeah, T-Pain coming in nice and clear, tinny with the auto-tune, but not piercing. And again, real good sound for my at my preferred listening level. I would leave these right here. I wouldn't turn them up too much from this point. I think I'm getting a really good sound. I mean, if I wanted to, let's see. We're gonna do it just see how we get what we get. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'll go right here. Yeah. I love like that bass is clean, nice punch. And again, the vocalists are nice and clear. I love the fade out. I like the low end fade out. Ripples in the pond, like I always say. I like how it does it. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm okay. I think I might have found my my setting here. I usually start with the classic V shape because I usually get the best out of it as far as sound goes. I usually get the nice crisp clear vocals. Get the nice mids and everything. All that clarity between them, and then I get the nice bass punch and low end from from the lower settings and stuff. So I get that. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but it does, and some of them I have to adjust different ways because I have to because of their tuning and everything. But that for the most part, I find that the V shape normally is the one that I usually get the sound that I want out of. All right. Enough of me explaining. Let's get back into some testing. Actually, before we do that, I want to do this. All right. We're going to go into Home by Kenny G. All right. We got that playing. So we're going to go ahead. What we're going to do is we're going to turn on spatial audio. Okay. I like that. I like that. Man, that sounds nice. Let's turn it off. I'm going to turn it back on. Oh, yeah, that's clean. Let me try something here. I ain't had LDAC turned on. My mistake. All right, turning that on really didn't do too much. But I like the spatial. Let me see. Hold on. Let's go back in. Turn that off. Yeah. I like spatial audio on without LDAC turned on. All right, let's turn that off. All right, let's turn spatial off. Turn LDAC on. It seems like it misses something. But yeah, I like LDAC turned on. Sounds good, but I like it with these ones. I kind of like it with the spatial audio turned on. We're gonna see. You can turn both on, so I just feel like okay. All right, I stand corrected. Let's rock that. Okay. So tip, you want to make sure LDAC is turned on first before you turn spatial audio on. So now we got a really great sound here. I mean, I'm getting that surround. Sounds like I'm in a concert. Absolutely. All right, let's go back to do the bass song real quick. I know I've been on this a little while, but so far I'm liking this. Oh yeah. With spatial audio, absolutely. Oh, that's cranked. Yes. And then you got the clarity of the vocalist as well. So you're not missing out. Yeah. Good balance. And I like the bass. All right. I want to hear that one just a little bit. I know I said that was going to be the last song, but I need to hear one more. Let's go to Nipsey Hussle, Blue Laces 2. Actually, no. I scratched that. Let's go to Averets by Infected Mushroom. Let's do that one. There we go. All right. This is all right. So I want to test this one out too. Again, we got the custom EQ. We've got spatial audio turned on, and we have LDAC. And this sounds really good. Not only are you getting the space, the pretty much the concert feel of the spatial audio setting. You got the high res audio codec with LDAC, and my settings on top of that. So you're getting a lot. It's a lot, and it's doing a really good job. I love the rattling instruments in the right ear, just moving around. Okay, now this is where. Hold on. This is the basses come in. Okay. Now we're talking. Okay, that came up. I don't know if it's by design, because it seems like it goes back. Then the initial part, then it comes up and it's more aggressive, like right here with the bass drop. Yeah, I think that's by design, but this it sounds crisp. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Okay. All right. I think I found my settings for these headphones. I think I did. All right. Man, again, once I found my correct setting, EQ setting, got spatial audio turned on. Actually, one more thing before we do before I go. We got a spatial audio. You got to have a movie. You got to play you got to play a movie. You talking about spatial audio, you got to play a movie. Let's go ahead and open this up. You know where I'm going. You know exactly where I'm going. Of course, I got to go through this. I don't know why, but oh well. You got to go through it with these ads. All right, let's skip. Close that out. All right, here we go. Let's get to some, let's get a little, let's see if we move up a little bit. Okay. Not bad sounding for, not bad sounding for like a movie. I mean, you get a lot more of the vocals, the the actors, then you are getting like the laser fire and stuff. Like, okay, now here we go. All right, a couple of the explosion was pretty. That was pretty nice sounding. Okay, blast doors closing. That was cool. Lightsaber. All right, now we working. Okay. Okay, now it's working. All right, I was kind of worried. All right, there we go. Those lightsabers sound really good. They sound really good. All right, let me see something here. All right, I knew it was gonna pause it, but let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and turn off LDAC and see what happens. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm taking a long time with this, but let's go ahead and turn off LDAC and get back into the movie. We still got spatial audio turned on. All right. All right, you got. Oh yeah, yeah. It sounds better with that with LDAC turned off, and spatial audio turned on. I don't know why, but it just does. Man, sounds good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Let me get out. Let me pause this. I got all wrapped up into it. But yeah, uh with movies, if you're going to have movies on, you definitely want to make sure, or shows, especially with something like that or anything like, you want to make sure, at least in my opinion, you turn off LDAC first, and then you have spatial audio turned on. That way, you're getting the full experience of spatial audio, when it comes to that. So, I mean, all right, these had with great sound from these headphones. Uh, like once you find your appropriate setting and everything, these headphones sound great. Uh, spatial audio, again, is pretty good. It's just, I mean, I ain't gonna say it's better than any other ones that have spatial audio that I have, but it's definitely right there with them. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Again, once you find your proper settings, these are golden. Now, me personally, I did tweak them as far as volume, turn them up 2 notches, I think. But I think we're good right there. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about my likes and dislikes. All right, let's go ahead and talk about my likes and dislikes. First, my dislikes. There's really not too much I dislike about these headphones, other than the fact that I wish they did this. Like they rotated 180 degrees. Let me see. Did I start? Oh, Gracie, I know I didn't just. Yeah, I did. I got my wear sensor on, so I guess. But anyway, yeah, other than 160, I wish it was a 180-degree turn. So that way, I just wish it had that. Let me see. I don't think I can. Yeah, I think that's about it as far as my dislikes of these headphones. If anything, I could really want, if I wanted to nitpick, I wish the noise canceling was better. Other than that, I mean, it's at 7. I give it a 7.5. You can always ask for better noise canceling than a pair of headphones or earbuds. So, again, that's if I'm nitpicking. All right, so I think that covers just about, yeah, that covers everything as far as my dislike. I wish it did, the 180-degree rotation. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into my likes. First off, I like the fact, first, I like the case. Hardcover case, zipper is protected. Once you zip it up, it is protected, and I love the fact that it comes with its own wireless charging dock. So that's pretty cool. That is very rare in a pair of headphones. I love that comes with it. That's a real big win in that point. As far as build quality, very solid, not creaky or anything like that. You got some metal mixed with some plastic. But man, they did a really good job on them. As far as the ear cups, nice and soft. I wish it was a little bit deeper. That's not a knock on them, but I just wish they were a little bit deeper for my ears. That way, especially when you're dealing with like spatial audio, you get that real airy sound to them. But other than that, the ear pads are nice and soft. The headband has plenty of cushion in it, so you don't have to worry about that. They're excellent for long term use. They just feel wonderful. Again, I don't think they're replaceable, but man, that memory foam in there, they feel really soft, really comfortable. And of course, the touch controls, the amount of options you have. You have the button, the multifunction button. You've got the label button, the logo button rather, and you have the touch surface here. I mean, you've got a lot of different ways that you can control these, and I like that because I think they took into consideration of possibly wearing gloves or something like that. That's why you have to put the push button options here. But some gloves will allow you to be able to be used with touch surfaces, but I guess they took that into consideration too, which is very, very clever on their part. But yeah, absolutely love that about them. Again, and noise. Yeah, I guess love the fact that they do got multi-point and auto switching, although it's not as immediate, but I'll take it. If they have it on there, if I got to wait 5 seconds, I got to wait 5 seconds. It is what it is. I'm glad that they have it on there. Again, like I said, multi-point connectivity as well. Let's see. Yeah. And then you also have now the audio, the wear sensor. I love that feature as well. Spatial audio is great on here. It's really, really good. Again, it's just as good as some of the ones that I have here that already have spatial audio on them, like the headphones Pro. You got the Aviator 900 ANCs, even my $high Bang & Olufsen Beoplay H100s has it. You got the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra first and second gen. They're both here. They both got that. I mean, I got a bunch of them that has it, and they're right up there with them when it comes to the spatial audio. I mean, it just sounds good. It sounds really good. When I talk about the Bose, that's the immersive mode. That's it gives you that spatial audio type feel, in my opinion. Somebody disagree. Anyway, yeah. I think that covers. Let me get into the sound. Let me talk about the sound real quick. I like the sound of these. Again, once I found my preferred EQ setting, and again, if you're listening to music, you want LDAC turned on. But if you can have spatial audio turned on also. But if you're watching movies, you want to turn LDAC off and just use spatial audio. You get the full experience with that on it, with just spatial audio when you're watching a movie or a TV show or something like that. At least that's my opinion. That's how I'm going to rock these. If I'm watching something, it's going to be with LDAC turned off and spatial audio turned on, and I'm going to I feel as though I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it. So that's just my suggestion. Of course, everybody hears things differently, so it is what it is, but I just wanted to share that with you. Again, once I got my EQ settings and the proper volume level on my volume slider, these guys sound really good. They sound really, really good. I can't wait to put these guys through the gauntlet. They're on the list. I got a bunch of gauntlets I need to get done first before I can turn to these and get them through. But yeah, I can't wait to do that. It's going to be very, very interesting, and I'm excited. I'm glad I'm glad you guys brought these to my attention. Absolutely. A lot of people have been asking me, am I going to review these, or am I going to compare these to some other ones? Absolutely. Now that I got them in the house, absolutely. So we're going to have some fun. This is going to be a great start of the year for me, for the channel. All right. So yeah, I'm very happy with these. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. So this has been an unboxing and review of the JLAB Epic Lux Lab Edition ANC wireless headphones. I'm definitely glad that these were brought to my attention. I was actually able to get these guys in and reviewed. I can't wait to get these and test it and put them up in the Gauntlet series against some of my other ones. I'm already compiling that list of headphones I want to put them up against. It's going to be pretty good. All right, if you're in them, again, not bad on price for these. Do I think they're worth it? Absolutely. I think they are definitely worth their price. If you are interested in a pair of earbuds that's not going to break the bank, but give you good sound, good features, spatial audio, multi-point connectivity, auto switching, and the like, definitely want to take a look at these. I am really impressed with the JLAB. Again, I've had JLAB products in the past, and they, in my opinion, didn't live up to what I was expecting, but I'm starting to turn a corner here now, especially with these headphones here. They really are impressing me. And again, I can't wait to get these guys in a gauntlet and see how they fare against some of my other ones. Probably more likely in their price range. So we'll see what's going on with them. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. If you like what you see, go and hit the like button. If you want to join me as I continue to do videos like this and others, go and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way you're notified when videos like this and others drop. And if you want to help the channel, you want to become a member, go and hit the join button. Also, that it's a $1.99 a month. It helps me bring in products like this and others for us to test and compare. If you don't want to be a member, you just want to be a subscriber, that helps out the channel as well. I appreciate you there. If you don't want to be either one, you just want to stop in and check and see what I'm talking about, what I'm reviewing, I appreciate that too. Just make sure in all three instances you get me a like on your way out. Okay, I appreciate you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.